What's up, everybody? It's the Common Sense Investor coming at you with another video. And in this video, we're going to talk about step 2 that you're going to need to take if you're going to be successful and make your account from 1,000 to 5,000 in 30 days or 500 in 30 days, whatever you're starting with. The first step that we talked about was creating a risk portfolio, if you will, of what you know you're going to risk on each options trade. Now, today is Monday, and it's time to get started. Pre-market has been running, so let's see what my first steps is going to be. Well, I go to my first index on my watch list and see these dashed lines. These dashed lines are from last week, all right? So now I got to move them up and go to my pre-market high and my pre-market low on the SPY. All right, now that's telling me, is it going to trade in a range, or will it break out, or will it break down? These lines help me determine that. Okay, then I go to the next one, the QQQ, and you see my lines from last week there too. So I just bring this up to meet to the pre-market low, move this one up to the pre-market high. And I do this every single morning right before the market opens. I set my pre-market highs and lows. I go to the SQQ and I do the same thing. Pre-market high, pre-market low. That's my very first thing I do first thing in the morning. I go through my whole list and I do that. But now you might say, Common Sense Investor, how did you create this list? I created this list from my Discord, okay? Now, over here on my Discord, I subscribe to the Bullseye bot, which is an AI trading algorithm that gives you alerts for scalping options and things like that. Now, it has different functions, but I focus on the Bullseye bot and the recommendations that it brings forth, okay? And in this particular case, you'll see that Bullseye bot recommended NVDA. And you'll see, if you go look at the options chart, that the options cost about $9.50 a piece, or they're $950 a contract for in the money calls on NVIDIA. All right, or if I go a little bit out the money, it's $830. That's way more than I'm willing to invest, so I just don't put it on my watch list. So now I know, this saves me time too, people, that every time Bullseye Bot recommends NVDA, their options are too expensive for me. So I'm not even going to go in that area right now. I won't even research and put it on my watch list. But I go down to the next place, and it recommended the SPY. So what I've done is I went over here, and I come over here to Webull, and I look at the options chart, and I see that I can get the options for somewhere around $1.68 or $168 for a contract, or if a little bit out the money, I can get it for $1.08 or $108 for the contract. All right, so this is within my range. So what I'll do after I find out that it's within my range, I go to TradingView and I just add SPY to my watch list. Why? Because it has options that I know that I'll be able to afford. There's no use me putting anything on my watch list that I can't afford. So then I go to the next one on the bot, recommendations right here, all right? And it says AMD. What's my first step? Well, I go over here to Webull, and I see that it's trading at $106, and that the call options that are in the money is going to cost me about $235. Now, I can afford that, but I don't really like paying that much for one options play for one contract. That's a little bit high, all right? Or I can go a little bit out the money here, and I can get it for $185, which is within my range. So, yes, this one is within my range, so it goes on TradingView. It is now on my watch list. And I go through each of the trading bot recommendations, Tesla, and I'll go check it with the options, see if it's affordable for me, if I'm willing to be able to invest that much money or not. And if so, I put it on my watch list for whenever. And then the first thing in the morning when you wake up, you'll have a watch list like this within 3 or 4 days, all right, of stocks or indexes that are trading within the range that you can afford in accordance to your risks that we've talked about. So this is how you build your watch list. Now you might be in another community that is a short squeeze. A lot of the people in our Discord talk about finger, all right? Well, cool. Put it on your watch list. It's within your range. It's something that you're watching and that you can afford it. That's the main thing. I know that these are recommended by the bot. I know these are within my price range. So every morning I come in and I move my support line up for the pre-market, and I move my resistance line for pre-market low, and that gives me my anticipated range, and I go through all of that. But as they come in, now today when a new one comes in, I'll go check it with the options, and if it's affordable, I'll put it on my list. And pretty much I'm at the max. I don't want to go any more than that, all right, because then you start, I get confused, people, to be honest with you. All right, so 10, 12 maybe on the watch list, and you come in and you do this routine every morning, and within 3 or 4 days, you'll be done mastered moving these lines and building you a watch list, okay? So with that, I'll tell you about step 3 coming up on, now we got to pick the option that we're going to play today, and I'll see you in the next video. Be blessed.